Hello everyone. Today we are going to cover basics of SCILAB software. So let us start with downloading and installing the SCILAB software. So for downloading, what you have to do, you just have to open any browser. Just type SCILAB. This is what you get. Then this is the first link which shows www.scilab.org. On that link you have to click. Then this is what gets open. Then under download section you have to click. Then you will find various versions on the left hand side. So we are going to install or download the SCILAB 6.1.1. Depending on your operating systems, you have to click on the link. Since in my laptop it is Windows, so I'm going to click on this. So download 64. So this gets, then it is asking you where you want to save file. So since I have already downloaded and installed it, so I'm not going to download it. Okay, so after you click on this link, it gets start downloading, and after downloading you have to install the software. So once you download and install the software, wherever you have saved your file, since I have saved it on desktop, so I'm going to click on this. So you have to be a little patient while it is opening. Okay, since I have downloaded the upgraded version. Okay. So this is how the screen of SCILAB software looks like. So the screen which is open in front of you is called SCILAB console. Okay, so today what we will do, we are going to learn this software as a calculator. Okay, how we can add two numbers, how we can subtract, how square root of any numbers, how we can define a matrix, and so on. So let us start with the basic calculation of on the SCILAB software. So suppose if I want to add two numbers, okay. So we all should, before we start with the actual programming on SCILAB software, we should know how we have to insert numbers, how it is going to take the inputs value, how it is going to give us the output. All right. And what all syntax or command we have to give so that we can get the answers to our required questions. So let us start with the basic thing. In this video, we will be learning the basic calculations in the SCILAB software. So suppose if I want to add any two numbers, so you just have to take any two numbers and add it. So I'll just, so as you can see, the font size is very small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the font size. Okay, can you see the font size in this console windows? That's little small. So I'm going to increase. So for that, you have to go to the edit option. Under the edit option, you have to go to the preferences. Under preferences, you can find on the left hand side where various options are there: fonts, colors, console, and so on. So since I have to work on font size, so I'll click on this use system font. I'm going to uncheck because I have to increase the size of my font. Then it is asking you to which font size you're talking about, console or sign out. Since it is a console window, so I'll be clear, I'll be keeping it as it is. And here you can see the custom option is there. All right, then from here you can choose the size. So I'm going to choose 30. Okay, or you can also font style also you can choose from here. All right, then bold, italic, whatever you want, you can apply. All right, so okay, apply, and then okay. So can you see? So this is how you're going to increase or whatever you want to change the font style, font size, bold, italic, however you want, okay, do that. Okay. Now, so this is what I had done, addition of two numbers. Similarly, you can subtract any two numbers. All right. So this is how you just have to insert the values from the keyboard. if you want to add any two number, if you want to subtract any two numbers, this is how you're going to do. If I want to multiply any two numbers, you have to write 25 into. So this into is very important. Between two numbers, what operations are there that you have to mention? If it is addition, then put plus. If it is subtraction, then put minus. If it is multiplication, then you have to put asterisk. How are you going to enter that? You have to press shift and 8. So you're going to this option. So 25 into 25, this is what you're going to get. Similarly, you have to be very careful when you're doing division. Why is that so? See here. So if I want to divide 25 by 5, can you see? I have used this forward slash. So it will take 25 by 5. Obviously, answer we all know that it is going to be 5. But what if I write 25 backslash and then 5? So the answer is going to be 0.2. Why is that so? Because in first case, you will see it is taking 25 upon 5, wherein the next case it is taking 5 upon 25. So 5 upon 25 is 1 by 5, 1 by 5 is 0.2. So since whenever we have to perform the division, we are always going to use this forward slash. All right. So 35, 35, then if I want to divide divided by 7, so this is what you're going to get. All right. So this was regarding addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, in case I want to find square root of any number, so for that you have to type SQRT. For that you have to type SQRT. All right. So SQRT stands for square root. So for that, whenever you have to find square root of any number, you have to type SQRT. Remember, they all are in small letters. And then you have to insert the values of whichever number you want to find out the square root. So let us take very easy number 36. Okay. Since we all know that square root of 36 is 6. So as you all can see, the answer is there in front of you. Similarly, if I take one more number, like let's say square root of 2. So 1.4142136. So up to 6, 7 digit, it shows us the answer. Next, if I want to find out cube of any number, so simply what I have to do, 5 raised to. So 5 raised to 3. Okay. So this is how you're going to get it. Okay. Similarly, you can have 2 raised to 4 also. So whatever you want to get, so that you have to type. So 5 raised to 3. So it takes, it finds the cube. 2 raised to 4, it finds the fourth of that number. Okay. So this is how you're going to operate the numbers. Next, we are going to talk about how to define an irrational number. All right. So for defining irrational number, it's very important to what actually we have to type. Suppose irrational numbers, we all know that it is E pi. All right. So if I just enter E, we all know the value of E is what? 2 point something, right? So if I just enter E, so it will show you an error, which is undefined variable, because it is not taking E as an irrational number. It is taking E as a variable. So whenever we are defining irrational numbers, for that you have to write this percent sign, this percent and then E. So you can see you will get the answer of E as 2.71828. All right. Similarly, if I want to type pi, all right, pi, again for that you have to use percent and then type pi. So this is how it is going to work when you have to define irrational numbers. So be very careful when you're putting irrational numbers, when you're putting E, when you're putting pi. All right. So you have to be very particular for what you're typing actually. Okay. Otherwise you will get an error. All right. Suppose I want to know sine pi by 2. So simply what you have to do, sine, type sine, then write pi and then by 2. So you can see the answer is 1. All right. Similarly, if I want to find cos of pi by 4, so simply cos pi by 4. The answer is there on your screen. All right. So this is how you're going to enter the values for trigonometric functions, because in trigonometric we require value of pi. So this is how you're going to type. Next, so now I want to clear the screen. Okay. So what do you have to type? CLC. What are you going to type? CLC. CLC stands for clear the console window. Clear. So whatever you have typed on this console window, everything will get erased. Okay, so when I typed CLC and pressed enter, this pop-up came on the screen. It is asking me, are you sure you want to clear the console? Do not show this message again. So if you click on this, do not show this message again. So whenever you will type CLC, it will do his job. So you can see that everything has got clear. Now if I want to get previous thing, so previous thing or whatever, so what you have to type, there are 4 arrow buttons in the keyboard. So for that you have to type top arrow, because I want to previous thing, no, I want previous thing, so I have to press top arrow key. Okay. Suppose I have messed up. Suppose I wanted 2 raised to 4. 2 raised to 4 just went through. So it was ahead of 5 raised to 3. So I'll put bottom arrow key. So this is how you're going to get, previous thing or the further things in case of, whenever you require it. Okay. So so far we have seen addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, getting square root of any number, getting powers of any numbers, getting how to define irrational numbers, how to define trigonometric values, and so on. Now let us talk about how to define a matrix. Okay, so we all know that matrix contains rows and columns. All right. So for that rows and columns, suppose I'm taking very simple matrix 2 by 2. So for that I'm going to take one variable. Let us say capital A. Okay, you can take any of the variable. Since there are 26 letters in the alphabet, so you can choose any of the letter of your choice. So here I've taken capital A. So for defining a matrix, you have to use square bracket. Okay, as I said, I'm taking 2 by 2 row, 2 by 2 matrix, 2 rows and 2 columns. So what you have to do whenever you're defining a matrix, you have to enter the first two entries first. Okay, so suppose first row entry is like this, 1 0. So this is my first row. Okay, so first row is done. Now listen, whenever you're entering the first row, no, so if you write like this, 1 0, without putting any space, without putting any comma, so it will take only one value, that is 10. Okay, but since I'm having in a row 2 columns, so that I'm going to separate by putting comma or by putting space. So either you put comma, you put space, both will work. So 1 space 0. So this is my first row, and suppose my second row is 0 1. So this is what I'm going to get. So first row I'm going to get it as 1 0. Second row I'm going to get it as 0, as you can see on your screen. Okay, so this is my matrix. So let me take one more matrix. -4, comma 4 5. Then this is my first row. Then I have to put semicolon. Then -3 space 2. So this was about this is my second matrix. So -5, comma 5. That was my first row entry, and -3, comma 2 was my second entry. So you can see -3 and 2 are in the second. Now this is how you're going to define any two matrices in the SCILAB. Now let us add these two matrices, A plus B. You just have, because my matrices are stored in A and B, so I just have to type A plus. So you can see the answer is like this. 1 -5, since we are adding, so 1 minus 5 is -4. You can see over here. Similarly, 0 plus 5, 0 plus 5 is 5. All right. This was about adding. Similarly, I can subtract two matrices. For that, I have to write A minus B. Remember, it is case sensitive, so you cannot just type A minus B. Then it will show you an error. Okay, since you have stored matrices in capital A and capital B, so that only you have to type. Otherwise, you are going to get an error of undefined variable. Okay, so this was about addition and subtraction. Similarly, you can multiply two matrices. Okay, obviously, if multiplication is possible, since you all of us know that the number of column of the first matrix should be equal to number of row of the second matrix. If that condition is satisfied by the software, obviously it is going to give you the answer. Otherwise, it will show you an error of undefined the parameters. Dimensions are not proper. So that is what you're going to get as an error. Next, finding determinant. Simply you have to write determinant of whichever matrix you want to find. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for the day. In next lecture, we are going to understand, we are going to start with the practical of a first year BSc IT semester 1 in the SCILAB software. So be there with us and wait for the next week. Thank you. That's it for the day.